If you drink coffee every single morning, and the majority of people over 60 do, then what we are about to share could genuinely change how you think about that daily cup. Because there is one simple powder that an increasing number of doctors, nutritionists, and longevity researchers are now adding to their morning coffee, and the reasons why are connected to some of the most significant health challenges that people face after 60. This is not a trendy supplement that appeared last month and will disappear next year. This is a protein that your body has been making since birth, that your body needs every single day, and that after 60 your body is producing at a fraction of the rate it once was. By the end of this video, you are going to understand exactly what this powder is, why the morning coffee timing specifically matters, what it does for joints, skin, gut health, muscle, and brain function in the aging body, and the one thing most people do wrong when they first try it that cancels out a significant portion of the benefit. Stay until the very end, because the connection between this powder and cognitive health that we cover toward the end is the part that surprises most people the most. Let's start by naming the powder, because there is no point in building suspense when the information itself is so genuinely interesting. The powder is collagen, and specifically hydrolyzed collagen peptides, which is the form that research has consistently found to be most bioavailable and most effective when consumed as a supplement. Collagen is the most abundant protein in the human body. It forms the structural matrix of skin, cartilage, tendons, ligaments, bone, blood vessels, and the lining of the gut. Think of it as the scaffolding that holds the body's tissues together and gives them their structural integrity, elasticity, and resilience. When collagen is plentiful and functioning well, joints move smoothly, skin retains its firmness and elasticity, tendons and ligaments support movement without pain, and the gut lining maintains the selective barrier it needs to function properly. When collagen declines, which it does progressively and significantly after the age of 30 and accelerates after 60, the consequences are visible, felt, and clinically significant across multiple body systems simultaneously. The production decline in collagen after 60 is one of the most well-documented aspects of aging physiology, and its consequences are both the most visible and the most commonly felt signs of getting older. By the time someone reaches 60, they are producing collagen at roughly 30 to 40% of the rate they were producing it at 25. This decline is not uniform across body systems. Some tissues lose collagen faster than others, but the cumulative effect is a body that has less structural support across the board than it did in earlier decades. Joint cartilage becomes thinner and less cushioning. Skin loses the cross-linked collagen network that gives it firmness and bounce. Tendons and ligaments become less resilient and more prone to minor injuries. The lining of the digestive tract becomes more permeable. Muscle tissue, which contains significant amounts of collagen in its connective tissue framework, loses some of its structural support. And the blood vessels, which rely on collagen for their structural integrity and elasticity, become stiffer. This is why many of the changes associated with aging, from creaky joints and back pain to loose skin, digestive sensitivity, and reduced physical resilience, often begin accelerating noticeably around this period of life. Now here is where the coffee comes in, and the timing connection is one of the most practically useful pieces of information in this video. When you consume hydrolyzed collagen peptides, which are collagen that has been broken down into smaller amino acid chains that are easily absorbed, these peptides are taken up from the digestive tract and distributed throughout the body. Research has found that collagen peptides appear to stimulate the body's own collagen-producing cells, called fibroblasts, to increase their collagen production. They also provide the specific amino acids, particularly glycine, proline, and hydroxyproline, that are the primary building blocks the body uses to synthesize new collagen. But here is why morning timing matters specifically. Collagen synthesis in the body is influenced by several factors, and one of them is the presence of vitamin C, which is an essential cofactor in the process of collagen cross-linking, the step that gives collagen its tensile strength and functional integrity. Morning coffee consumed with breakfast, which often includes foods containing vitamin C, or morning coffee followed shortly by a vitamin C source, creates exactly the right biochemical environment for collagen synthesis to occur. Additionally, taking collagen peptides on a relatively empty stomach in the morning, when digestive transit is efficient and competing proteins from a large meal are not present, appears to maximize absorption based on existing research into collagen bioavailability. Let's go through the specific benefits and what the research actually shows for each one, because this is where the picture becomes most meaningful for someone over 60. Starting with joints, multiple randomized controlled trials have found that daily collagen peptide supplementation over a period of several weeks to months produces statistically significant reductions in joint pain and improvements in joint function in adults with osteoarthritis and age-related joint degeneration. One notable study found that athletes taking collagen peptides experienced significantly less joint pain during activity compared to a placebo group, and multiple studies specifically in older adults have found similar improvements in knee and hip pain and mobility with consistent supplementation. The mechanism is not simply an anti-inflammatory effect, as with some pain medications. It appears to involve actual support for the structural integrity of joint cartilage over time, which is a meaningfully different and more fundamental mechanism than symptom suppression. For skin, the research on collagen peptides is among the most robust in any supplement category. Multiple double-blind, placebo-controlled trials have found that daily collagen peptide supplementation improves skin elasticity, reduces the appearance of fine lines, improves skin hydration, and improves scores on validated measures of skin aging over supplementation periods ranging from 4 to 12 weeks. The effect is attributed to both the direct structural contribution of absorbed collagen peptides to skin tissue and to the stimulation of fibroblast activity that increases the skin's own collagen production. For someone over 60 whose skin collagen has declined significantly from its peak, this represents a meaningful and research-supported intervention that is distinct from topical products applied to the surface of the skin. The gut health benefits of collagen peptides are perhaps the least widely known but are increasingly recognized by gastroenterologists and nutritionists working with older adults. The lining of the digestive tract, particularly the small intestine, is a single layer of cells supported by a collagen-rich connective tissue matrix that maintains the selective barrier function of the gut. When this barrier becomes compromised, a condition sometimes referred to as increased intestinal permeability, undigested food particles, bacteria, and other substances can pass into the bloodstream in ways that trigger immune responses and systemic inflammation. The amino acids in collagen peptides, particularly glycine and glutamine, are used by the cells of the gut lining for their own repair and maintenance, and research has found that collagen supplementation can support the integrity of the gut lining and reduce markers of intestinal permeability. For older adults who have noticed increasing digestive sensitivity, food intolerances, or digestive discomfort that wasn't present in younger years, gut collagen support is a dimension of collagen supplementation worth understanding. Muscle health is another area where collagen peptides offer benefits that are specific and relevant for adults over 60. Muscle tissue contains a significant proportion of collagen in its connective tissue framework, and this collagen network is part of what gives muscle its structural integrity, its capacity to transmit force efficiently during movement, and its resilience against injury. Research has found that collagen peptide supplementation, when combined with resistance exercise, produces greater improvements in muscle mass and functional strength in older adults than resistance exercise alone, suggesting that collagen supports the connective tissue adaptations that make exercise more effective at building and maintaining muscle in the aging body. For someone over 60 who is trying to maintain or rebuild muscle mass and functional strength, adding collagen peptides to a daily routine that includes some form of resistance exercise addresses both the muscular and connective tissue dimensions of this goal. The cognitive health connection that we promised earlier in this video is one that many people find genuinely surprising. Collagen is found in the blood vessels of the brain, in the meninges that surround and protect the brain, and in the perivascular spaces that support the brain's own waste clearance system. Glycine, one of the primary amino acids in collagen, is also an inhibitory neurotransmitter in the central nervous system and has been specifically studied for its role in supporting sleep quality. Research has found that glycine supplementation improves sleep onset, sleep quality, and daytime alertness in ways that may be partly explained by its role in regulating core body temperature during sleep and its direct effects on brain activity during certain sleep stages. Since collagen peptides provide a significant daily dose of glycine, adding collagen to the morning routine may contribute to better sleep quality in ways that have downstream effects on cognitive function, memory consolidation, and daytime mental clarity. Now let's talk about the mistake that most people make when they first start adding collagen to their coffee, because this is the part that can make or break the experience. The most common error is adding collagen powder to coffee that is extremely hot. The practical recommendation is to let the coffee cool for a minute or two before stirring in the collagen powder, or to add it to slightly cooled coffee rather than coffee at its hottest point immediately after brewing. The second common mistake is expecting rapid results from a single serving or a few days of use. The research on collagen supplementation consistently shows that meaningful improvements in joint pain, skin elasticity, and gut function develop over weeks to months of consistent daily use, not days. This is because collagen synthesis and tissue remodeling are biological processes that operate on a timescale of weeks, and expecting the kind of rapid effects that might come from a pain medication is an unrealistic benchmark that leads many people to abandon a supplement before it has had time to work. When choosing a collagen product to add to coffee, a few quality indicators are worth understanding. Hydrolyzed collagen peptides are preferable to gelatin or non-hydrolyzed collagen because the hydrolysis process breaks the collagen into smaller peptide chains that are absorbed more efficiently. Products that provide a daily dose of 10 to 15 grams fall within the range used in most clinical research. And products that dissolve clearly in coffee without significantly altering its taste or texture are the ones that people are most likely to use consistently, which is ultimately the most important factor for achieving the long-term results that research supports. Let's also spend a moment on something that ties all of the individual benefits we have discussed together into a more unified picture, which is the role of collagen in what researchers call the extracellular matrix. The extracellular matrix is the complex network of proteins, glycoproteins, and other molecules that surrounds and supports cells throughout every tissue in the body. Collagen is the primary structural component of this matrix, and its presence and condition determines the mechanical properties, the signaling environment, and the regenerative capacity of virtually every tissue in the body. When the extracellular matrix is well maintained and collagen-rich, cells receive the structural support and chemical signals they need to function optimally. When collagen in the extracellular matrix declines after 60, the consequences ripple outward into every tissue system. Understanding collagen in this broader context helps explain why supplementing this one protein can produce benefits that span such a diverse range of body systems simultaneously. It is not that collagen does many different things. It is that collagen is the foundational structural protein that underlies the physical integrity of every tissue in the body. It is also worth understanding how collagen supplementation interacts with the body's own collagen production rather than simply replacing it. When you consume hydrolyzed collagen peptides, the specific peptide sequences that reach the tissues appear to act as biological signals that communicate to fibroblasts that collagen is needed and available for synthesis. Research measuring fibroblast activity in skin biopsies after collagen supplementation has found increased fibroblast numbers and increased synthesis of new collagen, elastin, and hyaluronic acid, suggesting that supplementation supports the body's own regenerative activity rather than simply substituting for it. This means that consistent supplementation over time may actually help restore some degree of the underlying collagen-producing capacity that has declined with age. The bone health dimension of collagen supplementation is also worth understanding because it is less commonly discussed but genuinely relevant for people over 60. Bone is approximately 30% collagen by weight, and this collagen framework is what gives bone its flexibility and resistance to fracture. Research has found that collagen peptide supplementation, particularly in combination with calcium and vitamin D, may support bone density and bone quality markers in postmenopausal women and older adults. For someone over 60 who is concerned about bone health and osteoporosis risk, understanding that collagen is as important to bone quality as calcium is a meaningful addition to the picture that most people receive only partially. The tendon and ligament dimension deserves specific mention too, because these connective tissues are particularly vulnerable to the collagen decline of aging. Research has found that consuming collagen peptides with vitamin C approximately 60 minutes before exercise produces increased collagen synthesis in tendons and ligaments compared to a placebo consumed at the same time. This is particularly relevant for older adults who are trying to maintain or restore physical activity, because tendon and ligament injuries are one of the most common barriers to exercise in this age group, and supporting the structural health of these tissues through targeted collagen supplementation may reduce the risk of the minor connective tissue injuries that so often interrupt exercise routines. Before we close, it is important to say clearly that this video is for general educational and nutritional awareness only. Collagen peptides are a food-derived supplement with a strong safety record, but anyone with specific health conditions, allergies, or medical concerns should discuss supplementation with their doctor before starting. This information is intended to help you make more informed decisions about your nutrition, not to diagnose or treat any condition. If this video gave you a genuinely new understanding of something as simple as what you add to your morning coffee and why it matters, please share it with someone over 60 in your life who might benefit from knowing this, because this is the kind of practical, science-based information that makes a real difference when it becomes a daily habit. If you found this video helpful, please like it and subscribe to Dr. William Hart Health for more videos like this every day.